in Lincoln.
There's nothing like the view from the cheap seats.
Good morning, Cubs fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM. We're at Jake's Furnishings outside. Yep, there it is. That's what happens when you're surrounded by Cardinal fans on this glorious Saturday morning. The Cubs are still playing some ball. A close one the other night, a little too close for comfort. But the Cubs were able to squeak out a victory against the Nationals to shoot down their hopes once again. Dusty Baker, he's just, I don't know. I think he's gone.
You think he's gone?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Dusty Baker's he's seen his last days in Washington. But the Cubbies go down to Washington for Game 5. Come home with a victory.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Dusty Baker has been fired from the Washington Nationals. By Scott
By
Kirby.
me. Heck, I can keep him on. It's a plus for us. He's tried to get a little creative there, bringing in Max Scherzer on only a couple days rest, and didn't work out too well for him.
Yeah, recently injured Max Scherzer. I was scratching my head with that call.
No, I mean it's Game 5. You got to pull out all the stops, and you got to do whatever you can do to try to advance. The Cubs used everybody that they could on their pitching staff besides Lackey and Wilson. I thought maybe Lackey would get the start today because he hasn't pitched, but they're going with Quintana. So
there you go.
There you go.
Breaking
there
news.
You have
Breaking
it.
news. Joe Madden's fired.
Breaking news. Also breaking news. Joe Ryan has recently been fired.
Is he?
Yeah.
And now we have
Loyd. We're going to replace.
Well, I was going to be Joe Ryan.
the Loyd.
Hey guys, what's up?
Not much. How you doing, Loyd?
Good. Did you see that college football score last night?
Which one?
Arizona Cardinals. They're America's team. They're going to win.
Oh yeah.
That's a show.
That's a show.
That's a show, huh? The Arizona Cardinals. They're college now, huh?
No, that was him cyber jumping
him
from
cyber
topic
jumping.
to topic.
Oh well, they would. Well, if they were in college, they would probably be the first team to win a national championship
On their
home
field.
court field, same thing.
We'll have that.
Did you guys watch the game Thursday night? I know you watched
did.
the game last night. Houston beat the Yankees last night. What, 2-1? Low scoring.
2-1, yeah.
2-1.
Yep.
Did you watch the game Thursday?
I did.
You're a baseball guy. I know you're
tend to enjoy it.
You're a diehard Cardinal fan, and
I do love my birds.
That's one fault you have. But give us your take on the game. There's a wild game. Things happening that just some crazy things were happening during that game, and it was a close one. It was a gut wrenching win.
Well,
for the Cubs.
Anytime you got Harper coming up in a lineup, you have to have a little bit of thought. Like, man, I wonder how we're going to pitch around him, and you're 2 or 3 batters ahead of him. He's one of those guys. Kind of like Barry Bonds was back in the day. You start planning for how you're going to approach his at bat, and you're 3, 4, 5 batters away from him. It was a fun series to watch. I feel that the pitching there for Washington wasn't quite where it needed to be health wise, but it was a good series. It's fun to watch.
Health wise, all right. So we're going that route, huh? Going that route because the Cubs were healthy.
Were they?
No, I mean they're tired, but it's Game 5.
I understand.
You lose, you go home.
No, absolutely.
Pulling out all the stops.
I completely agree.
But you look through that Nationals lineup, and the whole lineup's pretty scary. You're leading off with Turner, really fast guy to lead off, and then they moved Worth up a couple spots to that number 2 spot.
I will say Turner, he's a lot faster than I thought he was.
Yeah,
too.
he's fast.
Holy cow!
And the key to him is getting on base because he's going to steal. He'll steal second. He'll steal third, and that put him in scoring position. But
and then their number 8 hitter hits 400 in this playoffs.
That whole lineup is just solid, and like I said, you got Worth at batting second, then you follow up with Harper.
Yep,
he's scary. Then you got Daniel Murphy, you got Zimmerman. Rendon, and then probably the MVP if the Nationals would have won it was Turner. What was Michael A. Turner? And I tell you what, he had a grand slam, had a 3-run homer Thursday night. Just killing the ball, keeping him in the game. But
keeping him in the series.
Keeping him in the series. He was your MVP right there. Harper didn't do a whole lot. Yeah, he had a big homer there in game 2 or 3, wherever it was. But Turner's your MVP for the Nationals, and now they'll go home and they'll rebuild again. They haven't been able to get out of that first round.
Baseball's a funny game. You can show up, you have to make it there, and then all of a sudden you can run to a buzzsaw team, and you're sitting at home and wondering what happened.
The first 4 games of the series, I think the Cubs scored a total of 8 runs. Last night or Thursday night, I'm sorry. They scored 9. So it was a good pitching duel. Starting pitching was just amazing. But the Cubs have been in this situation before, last year and the year before, so they have the experience, they have the young kids, they have the fire now. It's playoff baseball, and they were just able to squeak one out. And when I say squeak, it was a squeaker. They get down 4-1. I'm like, oh man, here we go. Just because we haven't been hitting, the Cubs haven't been hitting, so to score 3 runs, with any first 4 games. It just wasn't happening. So,
does it worry you any that you bring in your closer for, what was it?
7 outs.
Yeah.
It does. Then no, but now maybe. He's going to have 2 or 3 days rest. But like we said, it's playoff baseball. You got to pull out all the stops, and they went through their bullpen. Nobody could throw strikes. I don't know how many. When you start walking guys, that's going to bite you in the butt. And that's exactly what happened. We just couldn't, throw strikes where, make them beat you. Don't put them on base. Don't give them a free bag. And, Washington came up with some timely hitting. But
and it's not like you didn't see this last year with Madden using Chapman so much.
Right. And look what happened with him. He got a little bit tired arm there towards the end of the playoff run. But what do you do? I mean, yeah, you can always second guess them, but the ultimate goal is moving on to the next round, and that's what they did.
And they're moving on to the best team in baseball.
Well, see, and that's where I disagree. I think the Nationals are better than the Dodgers.
I understand.
Look,
102 wins means nothing for the regular season. I mean, nah.
I don't. It does regular season, but now it's not regular. Dang, this thing is blowing up.
Clayton Kershaw, he's
batting practice pitcher.
Yeah, I was gonna say batting practice, fastball, curveball.
Now, I'm yeah.
I understand. Rich Hill means nothing.
I'm just saying.
No problem.
I think.
And they can't hit either.
No.
I mean, they're hitting.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think the Nationals have a better team. Now, Dodgers, it's going to be tough.
All right.
They do. They're a solid baseball team. Yeah, you don't win 102 games for
I will tell you this. If the Cubs don't shore up the defense and the bullpen, this will not be much of a series. It will be over in a hurry.
Oh, that's the name of the game.
Yes.
I mean, you just nailed it right there, Jake. Defense, and you can't walk people. You can't give them extra base runners. I mean,
there is
challenge
no defense. There is no defense for a walk.
That's
Joe
right.
Ryan's chiming in here, and I'm still not really sure why.
I think
I saw him drive through the parking lot.
He's eating his McGriddle.
He was raising hell, and then I don't know where
we
he
told
went
him
from
he's
there.
fired. So
something about a 9:30 tea time.
9:30 tea time, and
he's having a tea party.
Yeah, where is it? He's golfing. I think it's over at.
But I think we're really avoiding what we're talking about, and that's Scotty thinking
Manito.
Kershaw is a batting practice pitcher from Manito.
He might be from Manito. You don't know that. There might be a Manito in Florida. I think there is actually.
Joe can't get the guess, but he can send one-word text. We found his calling.
It's about all he's worth. A
He's
one-word
up to about
text.
20 freaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is his
And we're
biggest
back.
contribution to the show in
Yeah.
quite some time.
Public, what he's saying?
What's that?
Should we show the public what
Freaks.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
I don't know if maybe it's a misspell. Maybe
after the break, there's a rumor that we may have an assistant football coach from a school that
nobody cares about.
Lincoln fans don't care about, other than the Ryan family.
You hit that on the nail.
Yes.
And we'll get to that last night. The Lincoln Railers were at Muhammad last night. Loyd, you were there filming like you always do. So we'll
Back to the Future.
We'll get to that after the break. We'll have a segment on that, but let's wrap up the baseball talk, guys. We got the Cubs and the Dodgers tonight at 7.
Yeah.
Pitching matchups: Kershaw, Quintana. You like the Dodgers obviously because you're a Cardinal fan. Loyd,
hold on.
You're a Cardinal fan, and then anybody who plays the Cubs.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that correct?
If there wasn't a St. Louis Cardinals, I would be a baseball fan. I'm not sure which team.
Oh.
But I would definitely be a baseball fan. Maybe the Houston Astros.
Okay. Well, let's do this then. Let's take your Cardinals out of the equation. You're a baseball guy.
Yeah.
All right. Who wins the series?
L.A.
L.A. And how many games?
5.
5 games. You got L.A. in 5.
Yep.
Loyd, you're somewhat knowledgeable.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I said somewhat.
All right.
What's your prediction?
I'm thinking LA in 6.
LA in 6. All right. Well, I'm going with my Cubbies in 6. Dodgers are going to win tonight just because Chicago, coming off a tough game, probably have a little bit of that jet lag still.
Jet lag.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the playoffs.
LA's been rested though. Does that make them rusty? Or does that make them rested?
Rusted and rusty.
Rusted and Rusty. Is that their new mascot? Hey, here come Rusted and Rusty down
that's yeah, you're right.
All right.
They're probably sleepy.
Sleepy?
They're going to walk into the game sleepy.
Well, I don't know. Something happened they had to divert to Albuquerque yesterday for a medical emergency. Not really sure what the story is on that yet. The Cubs, that is. So a family member was ill. Non-life threatening, so that's good.
Chris Bryant, I heard, chipped a nail.
Well, then
and they had to land the plane. He was in agonizing pain. It was bad.
It was bad?
It was a bad scenario.
I hope he's okay. I hope they found a good, what do they call those? Manicure?
The only thing that would make you Cub fans happier.
A manicurist?
The only thing that would make you Cub fans happier is if he was on the sidelines, so they would zoom in on him more often. I feel like that would make you guys happy with it.
Well, I'll tell you what, he hasn't really been hitting. Maybe they do
put Zobrist in there.
Zobrist, man, he's the new Mr. October, guys. And when
how'd he do in that last game?
He did good. He came off the bench and had a big hit against Scherzer. He's a
solid
gamer. He's solid, and he's only got about maybe a year or two left.
He played Manito.
He did play in Manito, just over by Manito, in a town called what? Eureka. Is that how you spell it? Eureka.
I wanted you to spell Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
Or Manito.
I know it starts with an A and ends with an E.
You're correct.
Okay, that's all we need to know. There's a Q in there somewhere.
Yes.
See. All right. Well, hey, let's take a commercial break. We come back. We're going to talk some Lincoln Railer football, so stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM.
This is Tim Kirkchin from ESPN, and you're listening to Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM, WLCN, with Joe, Jake, and Shabadoo.
Pop some tags, only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a lover. This is being awesome. I'll wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. I'm in this big air coat from that thrift shop down the road. I'll wear your granddad's clothes.
Welcome back to the Cheap Seats. Welcome back, Joe.
Well, you know what's nice to be back.
Joe
welcome.
is popping tabs.
Welcome, not welcome back.
Welcome.
I had a hold out there for a little bit, and Jim made me an offer, and I said, okay, I'm back.
The offer was to get rid of you.
Or keep you. And then he made the offer.
Joe's converted Cub fan. Joe was at Game 4 in the Bartman seat. Joe, how was the Wrigley experience for you?
Wrigley Field is awesome. It's an awesome place. I mean, it's pain to get in and out of, and everything is expensive, like you're in a different country. But Wrigley Field's awesome. We had great seats. Sit right there next to Bartman.
It's nice to have buddies, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Wish I had buddies that took care of me. You know, one of these days, guys, we're gonna make that buddy tier, and we're gonna do things.
You know what? Now you're talking.
But you know,
trash.
I tell you what.
I tell you what. Did you bring us anything back? Some souvenirs?
No.
A cup. I mean, this guy here, at least
I brought him like
a
some
stack
new
of
dinnerware.
cups. You know,
I brought cups. I put them at my office. You didn't take them.
I wasn't at your office.
Yeah, I got a bunch of cups up there. I pass out to a lot of Cub fans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I gave one to Jake.
Yeah, and
he used it for a cup in the tractor, didn't you? When you're out in the tractor.
Spittoon. Took a dump in it.
You know what? There's nothing cheap at Wrigley, and I will tell you.
Oh yeah, because everything's cheap at Busch.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying. You could get an adult beverage for $11.
Let the man talk.
Wasn't a very good deal.
It's the playoffs.
And you could buy a hat for $40 if you wanted to.
Yeah. Did you?
No. Not adult beverage.
You're probably one of those people that wore your Cardinal gear, aren't you?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. It was cold. I wore my. I had America's team stocking cap on.
Go figure.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Shocking.
It was cold. Gloves. But it was fun. You know, it's very interesting. That's fun stuff. You know what? I'm glad the Cubs are in.
Are you glad?
It's excitement. Yes, it is. I'm telling you what.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Jim's over there fuming. I mean, look at him. His eyeballs are sweating. He's so mad.
It doesn't bother me a bit. It's fun.
No, it's not
fun to have. If the Cardinals aren't in, the Cubs may as well be. It's fun.
I got some in-laws out right now are probably pretty mad that the Cubs advanced because they're rooting against the Cubs hard.
Well, you know what? If the Cubs end up being like the Cardinals and they're winners and they're winning all the time, then yeah, we could probably have a dislike for them. But you know,
I do.
They got in. They won once. Big lucky year. All the other teams were down.
You're the only person that doesn't really watch baseball that is talking like it's okay, it's fine.
I am a Cardinal fan though. But
you're not.
I'm all about the excitement of it. The Cubs are in. It's exciting. Everybody's watching. Everybody's doing something. That's fun.
It is fun.
It's way better than having teams in we don't care about.
All right.
Real Cardinal fans have excitement. They may not admit it, but they have excitement cheering for the other team.
Hey, my beloved Houston Astros are still in it.
Here we go. Now, the bandwagon is coming down Woodlawn. And Jake's hopping on.
Loyd's always been a secret Dodger fan. And
yeah. Big time. Big blue.
Big blue.
Big blue.
Yeah.
At Clayton Kershaw. I remember his first game ever pitched in the majors.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Chris Duncan took him deep for the win.
Who?
Cardinal win. Chris Duncan.
Of Dunkin' Donuts.
Where's he at now?
No, he's probably
somewhere enjoying his money.
Probably in Arizona with his dad.
I'm gonna say,
or something.
When his dad left, I think he kind of disappeared.
Oh, it was before that. He had that bad neck injury.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did he have a mecha neck?
He had a mecha neck.
Mecha high. All right, guys, let's talk some Lincoln Railer football. Hey, there's your kid.
There's my tall daughter.
Hey,
coming on the sports show after picking up her softball equipment.
She is tall.
Isn't this a ooey pooey weekend? Does she not swim anymore?
It is not an ooey pooey. No, she's gearing up for she has not swam for a little while.
The pictures were fantastic.
Those were the color was outstanding.
The pool,
depth of the blacks.
The pool was so large I couldn't tell where it started or ended.
It was so deep that it was black.
Yeah, it was amazing.
You know, it was like a black hole.
There's my Nana too.
You got a Nana?
Yep.
Say what,
Savannah Page and Chloe Grace.
Yeah.
Chloe Grace gearing up for a big softball tournament coming up here at the, I think it's at Spartan Fields
Oh, in
coming
Olympia?
up next week.
Yes.
Yeah. Big Halloween tournament.
Oh, yeah? You got to dress up?
The teams
Get my
dress up.
text?
Yeah.
Do they really?
They do. They have contests for best costume and all that kind of thing. So it should be entertaining.
I think we should have a big old Halloween party
All right.
at your place.
At Jake's Furnishings, hide behind furniture and stuff.
Let's do it. Turn off the lights, have hide and seek.
Give away money.
No liability
We'll get a
there.
beer. We'll get a beer truck in
Everyone
here.
signs
Somebody
waiver.
fall through that dang coffee table.
We'll get a beer truck.
We'll invite that guy.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
No, I don't like clowns.
Jake don't like clowns, man. He freaks out.
That show was
That
Not very
show is
good.
freaky.
And here she comes as the camera wants to pan around. And
now she wants a favor. I bet it involves money.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
Money.
Does it involve money?
Loyd, would you like to say something on the radio here?
She's got shoes growing out of her back.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh,
What do you
my
need?
God.
20.
22?
22. Make it 40.
Here's 40. Keep the
Yeah,
change,
make
you
it
filthy
40.
animal.
Pull it, look at him.
She's
pull
gonna
that
need to
money
eat.
out.
Boy, he has exactly $22.
They're probably going to be a souvenir T-shirt.
How did I have exactly
Maybe some popcorn.
$22?
You knew. Oh, here
around
comes the
all
other
those-
one.
you fished
Give
around
her
all those
22.
I was going to say, here goes the.
She's like, crap, I don't get anything.
Here comes my Nana. She's a gymnastics superstar.
You want
Oh,
some
yeah?
money, honey?
Let's see a
You need
round off.
$22.
You staying with Dad? Say hi to the people.
Hello.
Hello, people. Regular football.
Yes.
Lloyd,
Yes,
we got some kudos on the TV last night, I see,
we did.
from our boy Gordon Voigt.
Voigt
and the fellows over there at, what is it, WAND?
WAND. They were looking for some railer highlights, so
So you gave them a highlight.
gave them a highlight or two.
Attaboy. You're the
Well,
man.
you know.
You are the man.
It's all about the team.
It is. The Railers travel over to Mahomet last night with playoff hopes still in sight. Unfortunately, walk away with a loss to the Mahomet Seymour Bulldogs.
22-13.
22-13. So a good game. I know the Railers had a lead early, but Mahomet was able to bounce back. Flow of the game, how do we look as far as moving the ball defensively?
Generally, I mean, we were a little bit spotty. We had our moments. The defensive line for Mahomet was just solid throughout. And when the second half began, they were, I think the first 8 offensive plays were for negative yardage for Lincoln because I don't know what adjustment Mahomet made it at halftime, but they were getting through the line, tackling us for loss. We might have had a penalty in there that hurt us, but yeah, they were. Mahomet's a solid team. They're good size up front and timely offense, and we just start to mount a challenge or something, but just couldn't quite get over the hump.
Quite get over that hump.
Does that give them 5? I think that gave them 5, right? They might
Yes,
sneak
they
into
are
playoffs.
5-3 now.
5-3, so they win one more. They're
Playoff eligible.
Yeah, now how does that work, Joe?
And I think
I know in the past, if you get 5 wins, you're guaranteed a playoff, but not so much anymore.
No, you got to have points.
Explain to the listeners how, because a lot of people are thinking, well, Lincoln, they win 5 games, they're going to be in the playoffs. That's not necessarily true. You have to have, 30 points? And but what I mean by points is,
I think the minimum that, I don't want to give an exact answer. 39 maybe.
I don't even know why we bother.
Well, it
What do
varies.
you contribute?
It varies every year.
He was late.
Conference
He had a
champions.
lot going on.
Conference champions at 5 and 4 are guaranteed a playoff berth. If you're 5 and 4, you're not a conference champion. It comes down. They take all the 5 and 4s and they add up all the victories that you and your opponents had. And so when you add all those up, you got to come up, and that number varies a little bit from year to year. But
What's
like
an average?
39. I
39 points. So the teams that you've beat, or the teams that you played.
believe. Yeah, I played.
So
you got to add up their victories.
You add up their victories.
So it's kind of like a strength of schedule kind of thing.
Yeah, so you need.
But
39.
that's with a 5-win season.
I think I read somewhere the other day where I think they said anyone that had ever had 40 or more has always got in. So that's kind of been a number everybody's trying to get to, was to 40 assured you at 5 and 4 you would get in. But yeah. So that's why you say like they're playoff eligibles. That's why you hear that a lot. That just the 5 wins just put them playoff eligible. They'll be thrown in that pool. And then they have to add up points and then across the state to figure out who gets in.
But if they get to 6 wins,
6 wins gets you in.
Then you're automatically
or
in.
a conference championship.
Yeah, because I think they play Charleston next week. Mahomet Seymour does, which is they should win
a W.
Yeah, it should be.
I saw Manual won last night. I think they beat Macomb. But that puts. The other thing I was going to ask, I was losing my mind. How many yards did Titus
How did we
have?
get to Manual?
Well, because I was trying to add up.
155.
We were adding up playoff points.
Hey, I think
Macomb is. They would need a play. Lincoln would have needed a playoff point. Macomb getting a W, or Manual beating Macomb wouldn't have helped, and that's why I was trying to add up playoff points. Hey, did we know if Titus got how many yards he got last night? Because he's closing in on a record.
Not many.
He scored a touchdown? Huh?
No. One pass was to Noah Funk, and the other one, I believe, was to Isaiah Bowers.
Isaiah getting in. Well, yeah, Titus, he needs a big game next week, which he can have. He can set some records. Good for that boy.
But yeah, the Mahomet Seymour defense up front especially was very solid, and they contained the running game pretty much throughout the night. We had our quarterback Posgay, I think he ran for 22 yards, kind of faked a pass and tucked the ball and ran. That was probably our biggest run of the night.
Guys, I just want to mention something real quick. Shabadoo rocks. So do I win? Am I a winner?
That is incorrect. You had to call in.
Dang
Oh,
it. So I guess I'm the only one that pays attention to your Facebook posts. So I should win something.
I had a couple messages on the Jake's Furnishings thing, and I said you had to call in. Sorry. Sorry. Long time listener, first time caller.
No time caller.
no time
Apparently.
Yeah.
Wow. So crap. Guess I should have called, huh? Hold on, guys. So the Lincoln, they lose last night, takes their record to 3-5 on the year. Still a solid year, first year in the Apollo. Maybe a little disappointed. A couple games there that they felt that they probably could have won, last night being one of them. And, but got one game left. It's going to be at home, senior night, against a team from down south in the name of...
I
was watching your customer.
Wait for it. Are they breaking in?
Manitou. Yes.
Hey, and he looked like he was looking for something, and then he threw up Benito.
I even set myself up. That's how good of
I believe they're playing
player.
Freeburg.
Freeburg, that's right. You love that song.
The Freeburg.
Freebirds. Is that a little Led Zeppelin?
Thought it was a
They can take
grassroots.
them to
That's a
town.
grassroots?
We need to get Titus the ball
That's
and break a
Freeburg.
record.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were both wrong. So high school football wrapping up, fellas. One season left, and then playoffs will be
Playoffs?
Season.
Playoffs will be.
They go by
going on.
seasons or games?
I usually measure it in games.
A season, a football season,
One season left. And then they're ending football forever.
forever. Yeah. You didn't. It's the final season. You didn't see
I
that?
did not see
Yeah,
that.
it's the final season.
It's like a TV show. They just cancel it. Final season.
Too many concussions. They're just giving it up. Final season of high school football this year. Breaking news.
Did you hear about Tampa Bay and Green Bay?
Hey, are you going to tell it on the air?
Did you hear about Tampa Bay and Green Bay, Jake?
No.
Tell us.
I hadn't heard about
Oh,
it.
you didn't?
I heard
Oh.
some of it.
They're combining teams.
They are.
Yeah.
What are they going to be called?
I don't know, but if you call in and tell us, you're going to win a Google iHome from Jake's Furnishings. If you can finish that joke.
I can't believe you're not telling it.
I want somebody to win. Call in.
How would anybody know it since you made it?
I didn't
That
make it
joke's
up.
pretty clean. You could probably tell that on the air.
Is it clean?
Oh, you could.
I mean, I could.
I mean,
It's
it's not.
clean language-wise.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not SOS been scrubbed clean, but I mean,
It's pretty.
soapy water.
Yeah, and it's almost true.
It's like
It's pretty funny. I'm going to tell you that.
All right, let's take a commercial break. We come back. We may tell you the funny, so stay tuned. You're in the cheap seats.
We're in our station
96.3
manager.
FM.
say stand by your on?
He did.
We need a light. On air.
Where'd you pull the music at? Is this Shabadoo week?
This is Space Jam soundtrack week.
Yeah.
Remember that? Right outside the stadium.
All right,
Getting ready to play
welcome
the
back
Monstars.
to the Chief Seats, and we have a caller patiently waiting on the other line. Good morning. Who are we talking to this morning?
You're talking to Brad Harp.
Oh, Brad
Harp. How you
Morning,
doing,
Brad.
Bradley?
And what's going on this morning?
I just was on Facebook, and I got Jake's Furnishing on my Facebook page, and it was Shabadoo Rocks.
We do have a winner.
We do have a winner.
And I got my little girl, she wants to say it too, so. Shabadoo, it rocks!
It does
awesome.
rock. All right, Brad.
Shabadoo rocks.
Yeah, I'll have that Google Home. Just stop out here at Jake's Furnishings. We're open 10 to 5 today. And Teresa will have that here for you with your name on it.
Okay, thanks.
That's cool. Thanks for calling, Brad.
It's pretty cool.
Hi.
See you.
That Facebook thing's pretty big, huh, Jake? I know you do a lot of stuff on there. I know when you had your truckload inventory reduction sale, truckload / big tent, under the tent, come see
All
the
of
circus,
them.
all the
Yep.
above. You know, you do a lot of that on Facebook,
I do.
and that probably brings in a lot of customers.
You know, I do have a lot of loyal customers that from this area, especially that take really good care of my family through our store, and you know, it's a big deal for me, and it works out well for my customers too. Trying to get the deals out for them.
It's a quality product.
It is.
You know, it works well. It works well. You know?
And you know what really holds up too? It's very durable, because I tell you what, I'm not gonna lie, I dropped a couple of pieces unloading that truck.
It's packaged unbelievably well.
And I'm telling you, you know, if you got a little loose arm at home, it might have been my fault. Come on, Jake, bring it into Jake. He'll fix it up.
And he doesn't truly work there, so Jake's not responsible.
Yeah. But yeah, still got a lot of stuff going out with the truckload sale. I mean, I know it's over.
The truckload sale is over. We still have quite a few deals. A lot of the inventory that we brought in, we held back for basically after the show, so we can still give really good values. We ordered a lot of the product in for the customers, so now we're selling through the stock of it, which is great for the customers. They're still getting great deals and really nice values. And we also have started a big mattress sale right now, so we got that going on with our top brands, Spring Air, Chapman Wells for our high end, and also Bimco mattresses. Plus, all of our adjustable bases are on sale, which that's like the new craze. Everybody's wanting the adjustable bases for their beds now. So.
And what's that mean?
Yeah,
You
what's
just
that mean?
Higher and lower your bed?
Well, it raises your head or your foot or both at the same time.
Just 1 foot or feet?
It can do both, I guess. It just depends on how many you have on there.
It raises
direction?
your head and your foot.
And your foot.
Oh, you love it when you catch him on one, don't you?
I love it. Cue that up. Lloyd, you're on that.
Always be careful.
Okay.
So, Jake, let's talk furniture for a little bit.
We are.
We
We have been.
I want to know about this bed thing you got there. What's one of these run?
The adjustable beds?
Yeah.
Well, if you want the
Gonna
one
vary.
that...
I mean, there's a top of the line model that has the.
It splits?
You can get the split, the king size split or the queen size split. Yeah, absolutely.
What's something like that cost?
Let's just say it's more
Don't ask.
economical here than it is at other places.
It's quality product.
I'll be honest. I was at a competitor in a nearby city. That
We'll say
was-
Springfield.
We'll say Springfield, and they were marked up
Manitou.
35% higher than I am.
How much?
35%. But they had a sale going on. If you didn't take the financing, they would knock 20% off.
So it's still 15%
Still
higher.
15%
I
higher.
thought they wanted you to take the finance.
With no financing.
Well, the financing, people don't understand this, but anytime you go into a store and get, a 5-year no interest or whatever, it's costing that store 15% up front. That's the markup that the finance company charges the store itself. So they have to pay you that. Some way, shape, or form, it's going to come out. So in this particular store, they're building that into the product, and then say, hey, if you pay cash, we'll take 20% off.
And still making 15.
And still make an extra 5% on, or in this case, 20%.
Not a lot of honest furniture people out there, Jake, and that's why we're glad to have you on the show.
Tell you what, next time I go out of town to buy furniture, I'm taking Jake with me. so I can make sure I'm getting a good deal.
A real good idea, Clark. And if anyone else would like Jake to go with them, give us a call. At 737.
Real quick. And from Dean Colby. I don't know if I should say this on the air, but I'm going to.
Oh, boy.
He says if I'm using an adjustable bed, it would raise my foot. So don't take that crap from Scott.
Hey.
Well, I mean,
Dean, that's funny.
That's different
Dean keeping his sense of humor. That's funny.
You got to.
That is good
That is true.
stuff.
So, I mean, I'm speechless.
That is funny stuff. You are speechless.
That is.
How do you like that one?
Well, I feel bad now.
You should.
I do. I mean,
Dean Colby, long-time listener,
He is.
multi-time caller.
He is, and I'm surprised he must already have one of those Google Homes because he would have called in for that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good deal, man.
Oh, that thing's cool, man. We've got one set up at the store, got one at the house.
I'm going to go in and get me one after the show.
Yeah, I'd like to get some type of discount. Or is it already it's at a value?
It's five finger discount.
I think this is the last one, actually. That's why I put it on there.
Oh, man.
If you would have called in and said Shabadoo rocks,
Well, I know. I should have walked away and called in.
You should have walked away. And
That would have been
Walk
cheating.
away.
Now, I know we can't win because we're part of the show.
Yeah, you know.
And
really.
hey,
That's the show.
quick shout out today. Youth football games going on out here at the fields.
Yep.
Tate's junior varsity team is undefeated in conference play, one loss out of conference. So
I'm going to make sure that
big
doesn't happen
Tate
today.
Johnston.
I'm going to call every touchdown back.
You official today, aren't you?
Yeah. You want to help? I need another one.
Oh, boy.
Had a couple
His
officials.
knee. He's got a
I'll
trick.
tell you what.
Tricky.
You don't need to know the rules.
Yeah.
You don't need to know the rules. Most of the dads standing around know them. They'll help you. Won't they?
Yeah, they think they know them all.
Foul ball.
Hey, man.
That's an
How many
uncatchable
huddles do you
ball.
get?
I only allow one huddle.
That's an uncatchable ball.
Yeah, that's one thing that they did teach them right there. One huddle.
Well, you know what? There's value in that. That's like Jake has value out here. There's value in having one huddle, letting everybody know the play.
Yeah, when everybody knows the play, it's usually turns out pretty good.
Better if you
Because that is some terrific.
Yeah, did not have that.
they wasn't ready.
Did not.
Wow, that's terrific pass.
Wow.
I wonder how 8-8's going on. How's that working out?
I don't know. No idea.
8 on 8.
Yeah.
Lloyd, do you know?
No,
It's in Missouri.
I could find out.
I don't know how many states it's in. I wasn't asked earlier though. You got your athletic socks on.
Those are ankle braces for.
Home arrest.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Can't take them off.
Was it for?
I was surprised you got
know
out
what?
here.
I'm proud of you. Can't get you to do anything. But now, why you got bad ankles?
Well, I mean, I'm old. I tell you what, that field out there, the youth football, they're gonna have to do something about that.
Oh.
It's hard and bumpy. I wouldn't want to play football on that.
951.
The football field.
Hard on the
I think
kid.
it's hard on the kids
hard
out
and
there. to do
bumpy.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Joe, tell us a story.
Maybe we need. I'm gonna tell you a
Tell
little
us
story.
a funny story online because I don't like anything more than when you get into a really good story, your voice goes up like 35 octaves.
Here's a story.
Tell us about Clemson last night.
I didn't see any of it. Did they get upset?
They did.
Yeah, they did. Now they're all
Syracuse.
Yeah.
We haven't talked NFL. That'd be my story.
NFL.
NFL. Anybody still watching?
Yeah. Give us your take on the Trubisky era, Lloyd. Trubisky.
I don't know. Does he play for the Bucks?
No.
Then I don't know.
He plays for the Bears.
I know who the Bucks play this week.
I do.
Who do they play?
First team
Green Bay.
ever to play.
The home Super Bowl.
Are they playing Green Bay?
No,
Oh, dang it. That would have been great.
that would have been awesome.
Yeah, because that would have added to the joke.
That would add to your joke.
Go ahead and tell your joke.
No, you tell a story. A funny story.
You've said a lot of foul things on the air. You're not going to tell your joke?
You were giving us your take on the Chicago quarterback situation.
I feel like the joke is there's a lot of people watching NFL football.
Not so much anymore.
Correct.
Joe?
What's that? Football?
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you seen? I haven't seen numbers. Anybody?
You're a numbers guy.
No, not for that. I don't pay attention. It doesn't matter. But it's interesting at times. Have they lost people, and then people have shut down the DirecTV watching it? I mean, I heard that was going on, but I haven't seen numbers on it. I think there's truth in it.
I think
it's on Facebook, so there's truth.
I think there's a lot of truth in it. I think I think a lot of fans feel alienated, and I don't think it's going to take something to get them back. You know.
Well, I mean, it's got to be some truth to it because the commissioner's holding meetings now trying to resolve the issue. So obviously there's some truth to it. But like you said, don't know the numbers, exactly. And you may not until the end of the year where, they're comparing them to last year's. It's all about revenue. I mean, it's a business.
They're talking about how, and if you're a fan of a team that's not good,
right,
it makes it even easier.
Yeah.
But you look at some of the games,
as would be the case with all of us. We are fans of teams that aren't very good.
They're bad, yeah. And with that, a lot of the stadiums are not full, and if they're not full, the NFL has for a long time been blacking them out. Well, in this scenario, they don't really have that option. So they're kind of struggling what to do. I mean, the commissioner came out and said, you're going to stand for the national anthem. It's in the rules. And the players are kind of wanting to protest against that even now and say, well, we might just walk out. Who knows what the answer is?
What a mess.
You know who we should get on again to get his take on the whole national anthem?
There you go.
Jim Cornelison.
Yeah.
Because that's his gig. I'd like to know what he thinks about the whole kneeling during the national anthem.
I tell you what, sometimes he's good.
Sometimes he's on it, and then there's Benito.
Other times he's just not. What do you think? The wheels are turning, Loyd. What are you thinking?
We could probably make that happen.
Let's make it happen.
Look at him.
Yeah, because that's his thing. I like to wouldn't you guys kind of like know his opinion on the whole thing? Because he's involved in the military people, and he's got a foundation that's based around all that.
Do you think we'll see it in baseball during these World Series or any of that?
I don't think so.
No.
Will you see it in basketball?
Possibly. I think the commission will probably try to cut that off before it gets there. You look at the demographics, though, of who watches football. I mean, they were diving into this last night on a show I was watching and talking about the different demographics that watches. And the thing about football, by doing this, you're alienating the mass of your fan base. I mean, it is the biggest hub of your fan base. With basketball, I don't know if that would quite be as true.
Yeah, you're right. I can see that with just the fan base.
Yeah, the fan base since the early 90s for basketball has completely changed. It's completely changed. There's almost zero of what was watching it then compared to what's watching it now. So the fan base has changed, and if you go look at baseball, it even sways, I'd say, even more than football. So, and then there's hockey, which is coming out smelling like a rose in this.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're gaining fans at an alarming rate, actually. So
I like that.
It's kind of a cool thing. Sidney Crosby coming out this week saying, hey, we were invited to the White House. And it doesn't matter who the president is, you're invited to the White House.
Yeah, I agree.
That's an honor.
Absolutely.
You don't look at it as if, I could be here again in a year or two. You look at it as if it's the White House. And that's a patriotic way of doing it.
Yeah. And we have to start building bigger stadiums. There's hockey guys to play in. What's the average one hold? 30, 40?
Well, it depends.
30, I would say.
It depends where.
30.
A lot of places like the Blackhawks, they play where the Bulls at. That's going to set 30-some thousand. And then you got other places down in Tampa Bay where there might be a little smaller facility.
I was going to say, I think St. Louis is closer
St.
to
Louis
25.
is probably 25. They play down there. It used to be the Savas Center. What's it now?
There's your breakfast and stuff being brought in.
Huh?
There's breakfast and all the stuff's being
I believe that's my employee and her breakfast.
catered in.
But it's that'd be pretty neat to find out what old Jim thinks about this.
Well, we kind of skipped over that bear question, but
what? Oh, that's what we do. I mean,
what did you think? What did you think?
I think that
they hung around.
They hung around. I don't know. It's one game. I like the way he's more mobile. He can get out of the pocket and throw on the run. He doesn't have any receivers though, so it's really hard to tell.
157
between him and Glennon, it's night and day, But I like him. I think he's going to be a good quarterback.
That's good.
The decision at the end, that pass there, I don't know if Miller was supposed to come in, went out, easy pick to seal the game for Minnesota. But it's a learning experience, and get him out there, keep putting him out there. That's the only way he's going to learn. I mean, I thought he reacted well. The game didn't seem too fast for him. He took care of business. I thought the coaching was kind of suspect. They put him in some bad situations. They just called a timeout or something. They're going to go for it on fourth. Then they go out, not sure what to do. They get a delayed game, end up having to punt. How about the 2-point conversion? You see that play? Had a little fun with that.
That's fun.
What did they call that? They called that trips left Heisman or something like that. And that was a pretty fun little play there. And you like to see that, that kind of gets the fans going instead of your old, let's, do a 28 sweep or, a power dive to score. Did a little trickery right there, and it worked to perfection. But yeah, it's his first game. I was pleased. We'll see how he follows up this week.
Where are they at this week? Who are they playing?
Manito.
They're in Manito playing the Tampax.
He had to blurt it out, didn't he?
I mean, who are they playing? Baltimore? That's a winnable game.
Oh, it's the first one. I missed it.
Right there and big right there.
3-2. Taking on the Ravens.
The Ravens of Baltimore.
I'll tell you what, and I believe America's team, the Buccaneers are coming out. That place will be packed out there.
Yes.
Jameis.
Oh, yeah, we got a little matchup right here.
Won't have a chance.
No?
Miss Jameis.
I think so.
Us Cardinals in a big win. We got AP now coming out there, bringing a switch. He's going to put up some yardage.
Yeah.
You guys do have AP now.
Yeah. It's a big deal. We need something. We need that music that ends this.
What is he doing?
Jim,
Are you praying?
I'm trying to read my phone. What are you waiting for? Oh, you wanted to play the song
Start
to
that.
go. All right, well, play that funky music, Jim.
He's tired of this.
So
are our listeners.
Country music.
Jim's got somewhere to be. All right, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for Jake for having us out here today. He had to get out of bed to unlock the doors.
Yeah. Thanks for Joe.
And gave away
He's not a morning person.
a Google Home.
Yeah, Mr.
His-
Bradley Harp.
His
Picking up the
employees are
Google
rolling
Home.
in, doing peel outs in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Come on out
we
to
do.
He's got a good deal going on today.
Big mattress sale.
Mattress sale.
Mattress.
He's
sale.
got
It's
both.
actually a sit and sleep sale.
Well, you've got
It's an
both.
excellent product at a value price.
He's got both models sitting out there. You got the bed with the 1 foot raise and the feet raise. So pick which one you
Dean
want.
Colby calling in and bringing us that information.
All right, next week we will be
Manito.
at Joe's.
There we go.
And we're
Downtown.
Yeah, we'll be giving away.
We're going to find something to give away. Yeah, let's
Yes.
do it. Yeah.
A free insurance policy.
Let's draw a crowd.
Free Joe Ryan can holder koozie thing.
Maybe we'll block the roads off and have some big something.
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for our listeners.
it.
Thanks for our sponsors for sponsoring us. Without them, this high classy show would not be possible. And we will see you next week.
Good day.